again, YouTube. Nice to see you, or to be making videos for you. It's been a while. I think I forgot how to YouTube, but I don't know if I ever really knew how to YouTube. Sorry for like the long, weird period where I wasn't uploading anything, but I was still kind of live streaming. I had this one class that was just completely evil, and I hate it, but I'm done with it. I am back for now, and I get to terrorize all your subscription boxes again, so that's fun. So since we're kind of getting back into YouTube, and I'm trying to get back into making more regular videos, I figure what better to do than a nice, good Q&A, like all the big YouTubers do whenever they're out of ideas. Woo! So I went and collected a bunch of random questions from DeviantArt and from Twitter. I would have done something here on YouTube, but you can't post anything in your community tab unless you have 10,000 subscribers, so yeah, that's fun. I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 obvious questions out of the way because these are literally questions I get just about every time I post literally anything on the internet. So, question number 1, what is your intro song? Well, if you just take a nice little trip over to the description bar, beneath most of my videos, I would think, you'll see that it's Suit Up by C-Lab. It's this song from an anime. I haven't watched it. Everyone assumes that I have, but I haven't. The intro was made by the amazing and talented Feghost. He is an amazing editor on YouTube. You should check him out. He is also linked in all of my videos, so yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and add in another question here, because I get this one sometimes, but it's not super often. Who does the background of your videos? That is the amazing Mika Wind on YouTube and DeviantArt. She is super amazing. She's also linked in most of my videos, I think. I have to go back and check, because I've gotten kind of lazy on linking things in my videos. Whoops. I'm a professional, I swear. Okay, and the other question I get a lot is, when is Project Evolution coming back, and what the heck is it? I get this one a lot. I haven't posted really anything Project Evolution related, and I need to get back into it. So I was looking back at some of the previous work, some of the, original stuff that I had posted for it, the pages and reference sheets, and I realized I hated all of it. So you know what that means. We're redoing the entire thing. Again, you guys haven't seen all the redos. You've only seen like 2, I think? Because I posted 1 rough draft on DeviantArt, and then I posted the quote-unquote finalized piece on DeviantArt and Tapastic, and I hate both of them. So yeah, we're gonna go back and fix that. I'm gonna do everything at a higher resolution so it's not so blurry. In fact, that's what you're seeing here in this video. I'm actually redoing the Chapter 1 cover because I hate it. I did the original Chapter 1 cover in the video that I'll be linking somewhere in here. It should be up in that little eye, hopefully, if I've remembered to do it. Hopefully I have. If not, feel free to make fun of me in the comments, because I would do the same thing. So yeah, I'm currently working on redoing all of that. I'm going to do it in a better format, so it's more of the scrolling, the long skinny format. That's more... I can speak English. I'm so tired. But yeah, I'm going to do it in a different format. Everything's going to be at a higher resolution. I'm going to cut out some of the unnecessary junk that's already plaguing the comic so we can get into all the good stuff. So yeah, look forward to that. Hopefully I'll start having more stuff up for that in a few days or weeks or months. Anyway, into the actual questions. I'm going to go ahead and start with DeviantArt, because I started on DeviantArt, so it seems appropriate. So, Jaded Illustrator asked, how much do I have to pay you to draw Bob? It's not happening, Sam. Never. Not on my life. I'll think about it. Anyway, when will GBD come back? Everyone's question. Yeah, it is, everyone. I get this a lot. It is plaguing my DeviantArt inbox. So, making GBD videos is not exactly the easiest thing to do, especially on my super old computer. Just handling basic editing is almost more than it can handle. So making one GBD video can easily take a couple of days, because I'm not like other DeviantArt reviewers, and I use that word lightly. I don't just scroll through your gallery and go, You need to work on your anatomy. Yeah, I like this piece. This is pretty neat. Yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah, I don't do that. I go through, I look at what I consider your strengths and weaknesses, I take notes on everything, I try to take note of your style because if you're drawing in a more cartoony style, it doesn't make sense for me to go, your anatomy is off because it's purposely supposed to be off. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me to do that. I actually try and use what I've learned in art school and in various art classes, and I try to actually use that to your benefit. So hopefully I remember, I'll put in a picture of what it looks like. I take a full page of notes. I try to take the more basic ones, and then I go in. I'll take a bit of a break, and I'll go through again, and I'll make sure I kind of got everything I want to say in there. And then I'll go through and I'll write the script, and I'll do all the basic editing. I'll pull all the example photos that I want, whether they're from your gallery, or they're from another gallery, or they're just an example online. That way I can better illustrate my point. And yeah, this is obviously more work than other people put into their DeviantArt reviews. Not calling out anyone in particular. Obviously not. That would be terrible and unjust of me. So yeah, they take quite a while to make, and unfortunately while I'm working on a GBD video, I can't be working on other projects like the comic. I can't be doing any character crafting or any of the other fun things I have planned. It's just GBD because my computer can only handle like one thing at a time. So yeah, I try to work on them when I can, but unless I can get some kind of new computer or a secondary computer, you probably won't be seeing too many of those videos in the future. Sorry to bum everyone out, and I'm sorry that took so long to explain, but there's a lot of work that goes into these videos. I don't want you to think I'm just being horribly lazy. What is your favorite ice cream? Why would you do this to me? I can't choose. There's so many delicious flavors. Oh my god. If it's got chocolate and any kind of stuff in it that's not gummy, I'm probably gonna like it. So just don't give me gummy ice cream, because gummy bears and ice cream is pretty gross. Do you expect me to sing this, Jaden? I can't sing, Sam. What would I do for a Klondike bar? That's a very good question. Does it involve murder? Are you still considered child-friendly after all the streams? Yes, somehow I am still child-friendly. I don't know how that works, but I'm not sure how those YouTube filters even work, because I've seen other YouTubers who use tons of, colorful language in their videos, and they're still child-friendly. But for some reason, other people aren't, who don't curse, so I'm not sure what the criteria is to be child-friendly anymore. YouTube, I would like an explanation. Have you ever figured out how Houdini keeps escaping from her cage? No, that was an issue with the last cage that I built her. I'm sure I built it horribly, and there was a bunch of holes and garbage in it, but she hasn't escaped from the new one. She's tried, and we'll give her that. She has definitely tried. But I think she's too busy actually enjoying it, because this is a huge cage. She has this huge tank at the bottom that's full of water. There's a bunch of fish in it she can chase or hunt. Sometimes she hunts them, sometimes she doesn't. She didn't seem to care when I first put them in, but I don't know, I'm assuming she hunts them. And the whole thing is like 7 feet tall and like 5 feet wide. It's huge. So I think she enjoys it. I think she's more relaxed now than she was in the smaller cage. Anyway. And finally, can I have a digital hug? I don't know. That's asking a lot, Sam. I'll think about it. I'll look at my schedule and clear something out for you. Okay, Shade AV Fangirl 129 asks, how long have you been drawing? Since I could pick up a pencil, as far as I remember. I didn't start really considering drawing until about like anywhere from 3rd to 5th grade. That's kind of when I started, but it wasn't like super serious. It was more just like, I'm writing a whole bunch of these stories in these giant notepads that I stole from my mom's desk. And I kind of want to see what those characters look like, so that's kind of when I started. It wasn't until like 6th grade when I actually started getting the idea to maybe actually consider drawing. But yeah, it's been a little bit since I actually started drawing. I don't have an actual year for you. It's kind of just been forever. Okay, Kanohi. I cannot pronounce the other part of your name. I'm sorry, Kanohi. I don't want to butcher your name. What is the hardest drawing you've ever done? That's actually pretty hard. I think the hardest was when I had to do a self-portrait in one of my classes, but it wasn't a digital piece, which is what I'm used to. We had to do it in charcoal, which is totally fun. You have to, tone the page, and you have to go and make sure all your supplies are right there, because it's hard to get up with this huge drawing pad, and if you're doing a self-portrait, you can't really move. So that's fun. I had to sit in front of a mirror with one of those tiny little wooden skewers, and I had to measure everything. It took forever. I am kind of proud of the result. I'm proud of the work I put into it, but when I look at it, I hate it. Is that just like a normal artist thing? You look at your art and you're proud of all the time you put into it, but you hate it? Because that seems to happen to me like almost every time I finish a piece. Woo! So I'd say that was probably the hardest one I've ever done. I'm not too good at traditional art. I'm much better at digital, obviously, because I don't post that much traditional art because I usually end up hating it as soon as I finish. So yeah, self-portrait from my drawing composition class. That was probably the hardest I've ever done. Least favorite color to use in drawing? Yellow. I absolutely hate using yellow. I don't mind using it for like sunlight or certain types of lighting, but I hate using it in my character designs. So that was kind of my personal challenge with Ash, because this yellow looked really nice, I think, with this blue, and I hate using yellow, so that's fun. Ash is supposed to be a character I enjoy drawing, but part of me hates the fact I used yellow, but I don't want to change it because it looks nice. Life is hard. Do you wanna buy some dad sticks? I'm sorry, I had to. I just went and watched Deadpool, so now all I can hear is Papa, can you hear me? And do you wanna build a snowman? Thanks, Ryan Reynolds. It's gonna be stuck in my head forever now. I'm sorry you had to hear my horrible singing. Anyway, do I wanna buy some death sticks? That depends, Kanohi. You got a good dealer? Or like, do I need to call you? Cause I'll slide into those DMs. I don't care, it's fine. I don't know how to say your name. Jam Sam the Mass? Jam Sam the Mass? Did I say that right? I hope I did. I'm sorry, I probably butcher everyone's names. I'm gonna assume you meant what inspired me to do my comic. It was kind of just this idea I had when I was younger, like when I was in middle school. I didn't read comic books that much, but I still wanted to kind of try this because I had read manga. I knew what manga was, but for some reason I barely knew what comics were. I don't know how that works. It's probably my horrible weeb past. Anyway, I wanted to create more female superheroes because I didn't see a whole lot. The only people I really knew about were the Powerpuff Girls and Kim Possible. I knew about Wonder Woman. Yes, I'm including Kim Possible. Don't judge me. I will fight you. I knew about Wonder Woman and Bird Girl and Batgirl, but I didn't really feel connected to any of them, so I kind of wanted to make sort of, this other Supergirl female team, and it kind of grew beyond that because originally it was a lot more magical girl, which is hilarious because I actually hate that genre. I say hate lightly. Hate is a bit too strong of a word for this. I have a strong distaste for most magical girl shows and comics. Anyway, I wanted to go and create another sort of superhero girl team that I would actually relate to, that I would want to see if I was, a younger girl. I was at the time, obviously. And it kind of just stuck in my head, and I kept building on it for years, and then I kind of pushed it to the back burner, and now that I'm in college, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to go do that thing that I started when I was like 12. So yeah, that's that. Kura Coffee asked, what is your process in creating new OCs? I don't really have much of a process. Most of the time it just starts with a vague idea of what I want. Like, oh, I want, a happy, bubbly kind of character. And it'll start from that and then it'll grow. In the case of Project Evolution, it was a little bit easier than that. It wasn't so much taking shots in the dark. because it started with Ash. That was obviously the first character I did. She's the main character. And her, it was just like, I'm gonna make a character that I enjoy basically everything about. I'm gonna take a bunch of other stuff I enjoy from other characters and I'm gonna shove it all into one person. And that's how Ash was born. And then it's kind of like, okay, well, she needs an enemy, she needs a friend, possibly a love interest, I don't know, maybe. I'm not confirming or denying anything. But in that case, it's a lot easier because you need certain characters for certain story elements, you need, just kind of filler characters and that sort of thing. So when you have a story in mind and a world you're building, I feel like it's a bit easier. I don't know. I do have more character crafting videos that I'm working on, sort of on the side. I have to do the one for Ray since I just redesigned her. I have to do Crow's because I just kind of started redesigning him because I realized I hated his design, so that's fun. So you'll probably hear a little bit more in depth on what I do to create OCs. But yeah, I'll see that later. Sam comes back with another question. After looking back on previous streams, because I'm bored, I found out that you work at retail. Any horror stories that you got? Oh boy. I don't know how many I can actually tell on YouTube that won't get me demonetized, because there has been some crazy stuff. The problem is I've worked at higher class kind of places, and you see, the crazy rich people, which is fun. There would be people who would just mob the door and they would rush in and they'd stay there for hours while you're out stocking new merchandise, and they would wait for this one stupid thing, and I hated it because they would get into fights and we'd have to call security, and it was this whole thing and it was so hard to work around them. So those were fun. And then I also worked at lower class establishments, like discount stores or just lower priced kind of stores. And those bring in an entirely different kind of crazy. I have literally had people who have come in completely, tweaked out. They're obviously on substances of an illegal nature. And they come in and they're talking to themselves and they're talking about a conspiracy to, blow up the government, and terrorists attacked them while they were at the pool. And it's like, what even are you talking about? And then you've had other people who come in and they just, shove their bags full of merchandise and they book it out the door. And it's like, technically you're not supposed to chase them, but you kind of do anyway because you're pissed at the time. And then I've had people come in and you could tell that they have a weapon on them, and it's like, I don't want to die. Not today. It's crazy working in retail. I have tons of stories. I don't know, if anyone ever wants to hear those, let me know, because those can easily be fun storytime videos. Painful for me because I have to relive the memory, but hey, it'll make a good story time. That's all that matters in the face of YouTube. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move over to Twitter now, because I believe that was all of the DeviantArt questions. If you have any other questions, you can go ahead and just leave them on my page, or you can leave them in the comments. If I missed yours, I'm sorry. I think I got all of them. I don't know. DeviantArt's being weird with notifications, so hopefully I got all your questions. Isaac asked, what got you into art? Very basic, but it'd be cool to know. I kind of talked about this. It was just sort of a want to have a visual representation of what my story characters look like, because I had tons of stories and I don't know why, I just wanted to see what they would look like, other than just words. That's kind of what started it. And then I've talked about this, I think, in another video. Obviously, yeah, I had this whole comic idea. And then I've also, when my favorite game came out that I'm not gonna say because some people say I talk about it too much, but I don't feel like I talk about it enough. When that game came out, I really fell in love with that whole style, and I was already kind of getting into anime, but that kind of sealed the deal, and I really wanted to draw those characters. I still can't draw them to this day. I'm trying, but I still can't. But that's kind of another big stepping stone that got me, certifiably crazy trying to get all of this art stuff done. So that was fun. Jeep asks, am I still banned from Q&As? Maybe. Well, think about it. And if not, are you my mother? I'm sorry, Jeep. I only have one child and she is adorable and evil, but I think that's how all children work, isn't it? They're adorable, evil little monsters, except mine has scales and claws. Whew. Silver asked, what state would you like to visit? That's a really difficult question because Hawaii would jump to mind, but at the same time, I'm not sure I really want to go there. I've heard the bugs are terrible. I definitely do not want to go to Florida. I know that for sure. California is crazy enough. I do not need to risk going to Florida. No, thank you. Maybe Idaho or Michigan? Those look like really pretty states. Or maybe even Washington. I don't know. One of those really pretty states where it's super quiet and peaceful and nothing happens and it's nice. That'd be great because California is insane. Alright, and Jade sneaks in with a third question. Jeez, Jade, come on. What do I do when you're bored and nobody's online? Usually I try to go and work on other things. I'll go and work on the comic. I'll go and work on other projects. I'm a very busy person, Jade. I got a lot on my plate, okay? I'm sorry, I'm not always online. God. Right, I believe that is all of the questions. That figures that the AC would go on during the later part of this, but that's fine, because California summer is freaking terrible. Anyway, thank you guys for all your questions and for sitting through all of this rambling. Now that we're finally out of school, I can finally start making more content again, so that'll be fun. It'll be nice to rebuild all of that again. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'm sorry I didn't script any of this. I wanted it to be honest, because it's a Q&A. I feel like it's cheating if you if you script a Q&A. I should have though, because I can't speak today, which figures. Anyway, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Going on. No! That's the problem with trying to do one-shot videos. This always happens. Oh god. What do you do when you're bored and nobody's online? And there goes the dog.